In this video, we are going to talk about graphing our linear equations or our linear functions using intercepts. This is our second method for learning how to graph our linear equations, the first being the table of values. You are going to watch, you are going to listen, and you are going to take notes in your booklet on page 3. So let's start by defining what intercepts are. And we're going to start with the X-intercept. The X-intercept is the point where the graph crosses or intercepts the x-axis. Now what I mean by that, I'm going to draw a little picture off to the side here. My point, my x-intercept, is my point where it crosses or intersects or touches the x-axis. So, for example, right there would be an x-intercept. Okay, if I drew my line. Now, notice that at that point, my y value is 0. The reason my y value is 0 is because I haven't gone left or right any. So your x-intercept is the point where the graph crosses the x-axis, and at that point, your y-coordinate is 0. So the way to find the x-intercept is to let y equal 0, so substitute 0 in for y, and solve for x. Let's take a look at what our y-intercept is before we look at our example. The y-intercept is the point where the graph crosses the y-axis. So if I look at my quick sketch over here, it's that point right. Let's try that again. That point right there, the y-intercept. Okay, the y-intercept is the point where the graph crosses the y-axis, and since I'm on the y-axis, I haven't gone left or right any, so the x-coordinate is 0. As you might imagine, the way that you find your y-intercept is that you let x equal 0, substitute 0 in for x, and solve for y. With our linear equations, each of these things is typically pretty easy to do. Let's take a look at how we're going to use this in order to graph a linear equation. So we want to graph 2x minus 3y equals 12 using intercepts. Notice this is in standard form. The x and the y are both to the first power, so we know that this is linear. When I say I want to graph using the intercepts, first I'm going to find the x-intercept. Remember, to find the x-intercept, I'm going to let y equal 0. Here's what I mean by that. I'm going to take my 2x minus 3y equals 12. I'm going to take out the y and I'm going to plug in 0. So that's going to be 2x minus 0 equals 12, which is just 2x equals 12. Dividing by 2, I get x equals 6. Now I want to make the point here that this is actually a point. My x-coordinate is 0. My x-coordinate is 6. My y-coordinate is 0. X is 6, y is 0. Now I'm going to find my y-intercept. I'm going to find my y-intercept. To find my y-intercept, I let x equal 0. So I'm going to do 2 times x minus 3y equals 12. I'm going to take out the x, I'm going to put in 0. So I get 0 minus 3y equals 12, which is just a negative 3y equals 12. Dividing by negative 3, I get y equals negative 4. And again, this is actually a point. This time your x is 0 and your y is negative 4. Now what we've done is found 2 points that are on our line. We found 2 easy points because we were able to plug in 0. What we can do now is plot the 2 points, connect and extend through. The point 6, 0, that's my x-intercept. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's going to be right there. Just needed to recount to make sure I put it in the right spot. And then the point 0, -4, 0, left and right, down 4 is going to be right there. Now I can connect and extend through. When we did the table of values, we plotted 3, sometimes 5 points to check and make sure that we didn't make any mistakes. Using this method, I don't have that check, but my math is pretty easy. So all I need is 2 points. A third point is just to check to make sure that I did the math right. Just double check, make sure you didn't drop any negatives or anything like that. And that's as simple as it gets. Again, we're going to use this method most of the time when the graph is in standard form, or when the equation is in standard form. I do want us to always remember you are finding 2 points here. So it's 2 separate points, the x-intercept and the y-intercept. You need to remember that you're finding 2 points, you plot 2 points, you connect and extend through.